All right, we are live, and it appears that we are back live on Drip. So we've been kind of running just on Facebook, we've done for, I don't know. I think actually today is the 8th anniversary of our first online break. So we did do them for about a year exclusively when I had my old shop in Barnegat. We would do like kind of it was more geared towards kids, but it gave me a lot of practice. um, and it's different doing it in front of like a live audience. And we used to use, I want to say, I don't even remember what the name of the app was. And that turned into a pay for use app. So actually, most of our original breaks are kind of wiped out. Um, and I guess it was 2017 when Facebook Live started, and immediately switched to that because that's where we were filling the breaks from. So good to see that we're able to get this up and running again. We have two breaks tonight. One, I haven't loaded any of the teams up in here. Really looking for the big one to get taken care of, right? Take a look, see here, make sure the volume's down on this because I was watching softball on it the other day. And all right. So here's the deal. I heard, I guess they're saying Dayton, Ohio, the Drew Jones Super got popped in Bowman today. And, well, I mean, let's face it, wouldn't you be happy with a red? I really don't think it shouldn't affect the value too much when one card gets pulled. It's kind of like, well, if we know all the big cards are pulled 5 years later, then it may affect the value of that product. And then there's other products where we never know if the super or the one of ones get pulled, and we have that mystery there for a long time. All right, so here is the deal. We're going to do football first. We're going to go right into baseball after that. So I'm kind of been scrambling here because of time constraints, but finally being able to get Drip up and running. I just want to load these 5 last football teams onto the Drip shop, okay? When we run on Drip, everything gets purchased through Drip at this point. So I just got 5 teams. Load on here. 3 box football. So Seahawks. Again, this is 2022 playbook, 2021 classics, and 2020 score. All right, I got the Seahawks at 28, the Ravens at 20, the Giants at 25, the Texans at 20, and the Commanders at 30. Oh, there you go. Good for Mickey Moniak. So let's see. Seahawks cards. All right, our standard tiebreaker rules apply as they have for years and years and years. And I'm just quickly posting these onto the Drip app so that if anybody wants to purchase them, they can be purchased right through the live stream. All right. And then we'll do roll call. We'll talk about the baseball break real quick. And then we're going to go right into it. because let's face it, we don't want to be here forever, right? I'd like to be relaxing at home by midnight, unless you guys want to do a lot of personal boxes. I'm cool with that. We can do that till 5 in the morning if you want. Let's see. So I got 2 teams from the football break already posted. Loading up the third. So again, if anybody wants to grab a team, they are loading one by one on the Drip app. I got the Seahawks, the Ravens, and now the Giants loaded up there. The Texans and the Commanders almost done. So kind of can't see what's going on right now. I can't see the chats or anything like that. Let's see. $3 football. Texans. And one more team to load. I just got to load the Commanders, and then we get started with a roll call. All right. And store pickup is an option for shipping. Update. All right, so that's all set. So everything's loaded into the Drip app now. I had the baseball, but I didn't have the football ones up. So let's do this. I got to. Mets are getting killed here. And I'm going to share the link. To the group, to my personal timeline. $20-1. That's just not nice. That's kind of mean. All right. So here we go. Let's see what we have here so far. right, getting questions. All right, so I got that. All right, here we go. Stanley Jackson, Jeremy Corbin, Melissa Marin, Robert Missy, Kevin Wachdla, Dennis Ippolito's here, Michael Kelly. Hey, Ryan, what's going on? Ryan Lees is here. All right, good. That worked. Cool. Seahawks are now gone in football. Only 4 teams left. All of them are either 20, 25, or 30. So Commanders at 30, Texans 20, Giants 25, Ravens 20. Oops, I used the wrong picture for the Ravens. I should probably fix that. Doesn't matter. We kind of know. Baseball sets. So I fixed it anyway. All right, Commanders are now gone. Texans 20, Giants 25, Ravens 20. Richard Olvera, Brian Carnegie. Mike Coleman's here. And Gail Anderson. All right, again, we got 2 breaks tonight. This football's just the warm-up. We're just kicking it off with football. The big one is our past, present, future baseball mixer. It's a break with a skunk bonus break attached to it. All right. Very big skunk bonus. It's almost like you'd rather get 0 hits than 1 not so good one. You know what I'm saying? It's you want something big, or you want to be in that elite group that has an opportunity at some baseballs. All right, so I'm going to individually message some links out here. Let's see. So again, we are streaming on both Facebook and Drip, where I can see the comments. YouTube is also working tonight, and Twitch as well. So we are back in business as far as our multicasting through Drip is concerned. Let's see. So again, only 3 teams left in the football break. Texans 20, Giants 25, Ravens 20. A lot of the heavy hitters went in the random. Kind of lose a little bit on this break, but shit happens. All right. I think I got everybody messaged individually. I'm just going to confirm that. Almost. Almost everybody. Yes. you. You're here. All right. Now I think that's everybody. All right. So copy. So Stan got the Commanders. And Dennis got the Seahawks. All right, so once we show the first hit, that is it, my friend. There's always a past, there's always a beginning. But it's not that far back in the past, you're right. All right, who's ready for some football? So we are going to give 2 minutes for everybody who just got their links. And I'm just going to explain the baseball break real quick. There's not going to be a lot of cards in it. It's going to actually be a pretty quick break. We're going to have Big League Baseball and 2 Bowman Mega Boxes. That's going to actually be the majority of the cards, but we've pumped this break with a ton of hits. And it's going to be, it could be a little wild on some of the tiebreakers, right? We'll explain that in a minute, and we'll explain that before the break as well. But we have wild card, 5-card draw, historic autographs, originals back to back, which for those who don't know the product, you have a slab with an original card and that player's cut signature. Vivid Baseball, Pro Set, red, white, and blue. 2020 Leaf Metal Draft. A Bang Baseball box. That could be just about anything. And then we have a couple of these Leaf Lumber boxes. All right. This is the Vivid a little bit, but especially this is where the tiebreakers can get kind of wild because you have a lot of multiplayer cards in these. So, again, present players go to present teams. Retired players, we always do it as it could go to a random with any team that they played for in parts of 3 seasons or more. So if they played, a year and a half for one team, that doesn't count. But if they played for 2.5 seasons for one team and 4 for another and 3 for another, the other 3 teams would count. But when you have a multiplayer card, first you have to determine the player. First the player, then the team. So that's what you got there. Now with Leaf, because Leaf doesn't normally give you a team on the card, right? They're not going to say, even if the Ken Griffey Jr. is one color, we don't really go by that unless there's something specific to the Mariners. Now, if they have in lumber, right, there are patterns to the card. So this is the trickiest part. If there is a pattern to the card, for example, everybody was on the 95 World Series champions, right? Well, then you kind of can establish for sure which team it is. Again, we've had Leaf cards where either teams had similar colors, right? If they were a Yankee and a Cub, you can't always tell the difference. So we've kind of stayed away from Leaf cards being assigned to the color on the card because of that reason. So we just strictly go based on our normal tiebreaker. But if there is a thread that narrows it down to a team, just like with baseballs, if it's like a World Series baseball, then we kind of go that direction with that. So, Ryan, you got them. So, Ryan, I put you down for them. All right. So that is how we kind of do those tiebreakers. And, we got 9 years worth of precedent on things. So that's just kind of how we roll with that. So after that is all done and said, right? Oh, but wait, there's more. After all that is done and said, right, we're going to look at, what teams get hits. Now, some of this may not actually be decided until tomorrow. Depends. We usually do all our videos through a video runner in the group, okay, in the Facebook group that we have. So that's where the videos get run because, especially in this case where we got a ton of leftover teams, the way I see it is I am in the break, right? So I always have somebody who's like, these guys are literally in like hundreds of Facebook groups. So they are using verified videos and, amongst the most reputable in those Facebook group pages. So that's the way we leave it up to. So when all is said and done, we're going to have some teams that don't get hits, right? For the purpose of that break, the Leaf Bang Box is being considered a hit, all right? But a hit is generally like an autograph, a relic card, all right? In the past, we haven't counted case hits. That hasn't started yet, but it is something I'm considering, as pretty much every set nowadays has one, but we're not breaking cases right now. So as of right now, those don't count unless it's stated on the box. For example, in Allen and Ginter, the printing plates are considered a hit in Allen Ginter. All right, it's one of the three. In any other set, it's not a hit. A plate is just a plate. So, it is what it is. But you have this skunk bonus, right? All the teams that skunk. Top 6 on the list. And it's going to be snake style. So if there's less than 6 teams, it'll actually snake back up around. So the lower picks could get multiple balls. All right. 2 New York Dynasty baseballs. These are the new 2023s. 2 Houston Championship baseballs. An Atlanta Championship baseball. And this is like fine wine here. This is from like 2017. Chicago Northside ball after they won the World Series. So some cool stuff there. It's already loaded up in the drip shop. So from pretty much this point forward, if you want to order one of those teams, then you got to do it from the drip shop. So without further ado, let's do it. 2020 Score Football. All right, 4 autos per box. Usually, historically, Score is going to be 3 rookies and 1 veteran. And usually, historically, most boxes will have a serial numbered auto. All right. This is the box that's going to have the majority of the cards in it. The 21 Classics is only 6 cards. The 22 Playbook is only 4. But, those are a little more all killer, no filler type boxes. So this is the first time in a while I tried to do a random team football break. We got it to almost halfway there. And now we've sold most of the rest of the teams via Pick Your Team. We kind of been slow starting them out as Pick Your Team, so I figured let's try a random one and do it at a cheap enough price where I thought we'd get some participation on it. So it took us a couple weeks, but I don't know, man. We've been slow on football. I know we haven't been getting much in. If we want to get more in, though, we do got to move the football breaks just a little scooch quicker, because then I'll order more stuff. But right now I still got a few boxes of Playbook. I sold out of the Clearly Donruss last week, so I am looking to bring in another football product soon, maybe two. But we got a ton of other stuff to bring in too. We're gonna have some wild and crazy things coming in the next couple weeks. I'm even very excited. All right, on its way is Street Fighter cards. So fully licensed by Capcom Cardsmiths. They have a number of products out on the market. One of my not so favorites that we've never even broken in here is the Jersey Fusion, but I really got intrigued when I saw another set that's coming out in a couple weeks. It's going to be a Bob Ross card set, and I was like, all right, that's kind of interesting. And then I saw the sell sheet that came out was also pairing it with Street Fighter. So they were supposed to release the same day, but I think Bob Ross got pushed back a couple weeks. So we are going to have those things in the store. Street Fighter's got a new game coming out, and there's another movie coming out in 2024. So again, remember, when we have collegiate cards like the ones that we're going to see coming up with those rookie cards, it's going to go to, whatever team they're currently on. And then, oh, God forbid they're retired. We figure, anything that's not a hit or numbered to 50 or less, it's kind of my discretion as we're doing it, because I'm going to pay $2 for a video when it's a 10-cent card. But anything significant, obviously, there'll be some video work done if need be. 11 out of 100. DJ Chark Duke. Let's get. Where's my sleeves? I had them right in front of me. Yeah. I'll find him in a second. Or I'll get more. Justin Herbert. So that'll go to the Chargers. And that's the most notable rookie out of the first pack. All about that base. Yeah, this break don't have to take too long either. A lot of base in score. That's why we picked it. We want to make sure, just like with any break, every team gets something, right? We don't want anybody going home with nothing. Celebrations for the Ravens. So a card like this, we start at the top and work our way down. All right. If there's not duplicates, then obviously we're just going to stick with the top card. So that'll go to the Ravens. And our first hit, we have Steven Montez. I didn't realize there was an autograph in here. I thought it was still 2 empty packs. Steven Montez. Quarterback for the Seattle Sea Dragons of the XFL. So we look back. He's not a retired player. So we look back to his last NFL team, and that was the Detroit Lions. So he didn't necessarily play for them. It looks like he was a practice squad member, but that's the last team that had him on contract. So this one goes to the Detroit Lions. I know I grabbed sleeves before. Yeah, there they are. Found them. I knew it wasn't crazy. So Detroit Rock City picks up a hit. Edwards-Helaire. And that is box number 1. All right, so that means we gotta remove that, and I usually give a warning before we're pulling teams, so we'll leave it through to the next hit. All right, Texans 20, Giants 25, Ravens 20. Usually they are pretty obvious, but I missed it. It doesn't look like it's in there, but I could be wrong. Here we go. All right, so next hit is in my hands. All right, so this is last call. Yep, that's what I thought. No change there. No need to. All right. Next hit is in my hands. And once that is shown, the remaining teams are out. Texans 20, Giants 25, Ravens 20. That's all cards shipped. All right, so we got Zach Moss. That's numbered 8 out of 100. That'll go to the Bills and Josh Allen. Lavishka. T. Higgins for the Bengals. We got Jalen Hurts for the Eagles. And we're coming up on the next hit here. Again, this one's kind of an all-killer, no-filler, too. Although a lot more cards in the score box than you're going to see in that entire baseball break. Tyler Eifert, Jonathan Taylor, Patrick Mahomes, and for the Green Bay Packers, A.J. Dillon. Packers, A.J. Dillon, going to be the second hit. Got DeAndre Swift, Jalen Hurts again. I think him and Burrow both had 2 cards since they were transfers. All right, so we're going to delete the other football teams. That means what's left is your baseball teams. All right, that break will immediately follow this one. So if you're thinking on baseball teams, you have a little bit of time. This is one that is interesting. Yep, that's kind of what I thought. All right. This one will be interesting. It is real quiet over on Drip. No chatter at all. Let's see. Do we have any chatter on YouTube? Doesn't look like it. We do have one watching, though. Although I'm not sure if that's me. I think somebody else is watching on YouTube, too, though. Usually it doesn't count me. So Volpe continuing to do Yankee things. Walk-off, sacrifice, fly. And that is why it is so important to make contact. Strikeouts, not cool. JETS, 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 Jets. Marcus May, numbered 33 out of 50. T. Higgins again. A couple of Josh Jacobs cards. Jonathan Taylor. Tua Tagovailoa. All about that base, about that base. Mike Gesicki, the local boy around here. Got Nick Chubb with the scoreboard for the Brownies. The Bills celebrating. And, well, we have a card that's going to go to random. I haven't seen anything pop up on this guy, and I remember this was one of a couple guys on the score checklist that never got drafted and never did anything really. Baseball, probably in the next 10, 15 minutes tops. We're more than halfway through this box, and the other two boxes are 6 and 4 cards respectively. So, yeah, I would say about 10 minutes or so we should be starting baseball. That includes a recap. So I've been working on doing some updates and stuff and seeing if we could get Drip working again. And I managed to get it when I arrived to the store tonight. So here we are. All right. Saquon Barkley, Austin Eckler. Oh, look at this card. For the Bengals. Doesn't got to be hit to be good. Check this out. Something nice and shiny here. 7 out of 10. Joe Burrow. So everything available in baseball is uploaded into the Drip Shop right now. I'll go over the teams in just a hot minute here. Joe Burrow, number to 10. There's a Joe Burrow rookie to boot. Denzel Mims. All about that base, about that base. All right, so for baseball, again, everything is loaded up into the Drip Shop here. All right, if you're watching us from something other than Drip, very easy to click onto the link that's embedded into the stream. Padres are 70. And here we have a hit. Jared Pinkney, who finished the 22 seasons with the Rams. Currently a free agent, but last assigned to the Rams. Not retired. So Rams get Pinkney. It's better than getting pink eye, right? Justin Jefferson. Padres are 70. Pirates 120. Mets 125. Twins 65. Brewers are 100. Royals 100. Astros 100. White Sox 90. Tigers are 110. Guardians are 80. The Reds 165. And the Braves are 175. And again, all those teams available via the Drip Shop. Couple parallels to close it out, even though we're all out of autographs. Let's see what we got. So it's not quite Burrow numbered to 10, but I'm sure the Bengals will take Carlos Dunlap on a red zone. 12 out of 20. Carlos Dunlap, 12 out of 20. There's another Joe Burrow rookie. And we got one more interesting rookie parallel to come. And that's Tua Tagovailoa with the scoreboard parallel. CeeDee Lamb. And that's a wrap for score. So here we go. We're only hitting heavy from this point forward. 2021 Classics. Do I have top loaders over here? I don't see them. Let me grab the top loaders real quick. It'll make our recap a little easier. All right. '21 Classics. So again, anybody looking to jump in on this baseball break, let's do it. Otherwise, it's probably going to be the last past, present, future mixer we post in a very long time. All right, so let's start it off. With Jordy Nelson for the Packers. Then we got number 23 out of 60, Colts, Jonathan Taylor. 16 out of 35 for the Chiefs, Tony Gonzalez. 27 out of 60, Chris Carson for the Seahawks. And then we got an auto for the Ravens, Tylan Wallace. And numbered 43 out of 50 for the Jaguars, Travis Etienne Jr. And he's a guy to kind of still keep an eye out on because he got injured his first year, and he was a high draft pick. And I don't know, that combination with Trevor Lawrence, I think it's going to go far. All right, that didn't take very long, did it? This one's going to be even quicker. 2022 playbook. All hits coming up right here. All right. 31 out of 49 for the Jets, Corey Davis. 46 out of 199 for Washington, Jahan Dotson. 26 out of 99 for the Panthers, Terrace Marshall Jr., hash marks, 26 out of 99. And numbered 125 out of 249 for the Bills, James Cook. And that's a wrap for football. All right. So let's recap it. Again, we had a few notable cards in this one. 2 out of the 3 boxes had something decent. We'll take that, especially with football. Unless it's Leaf, then we expect something decent in every box. But let's get these top loaders ready to go. We got some hits, some honorable mentions. We'll start with a couple of those. So Colts got this Jonathan Taylor out of 60. Chiefs, Tony Gonzalez out of 35. Let's see. Dolphins get a Tua. White Sox have sold on the baseball break. So White Sox are now gone. Numbered to 20, Carlos Dunlap. Twins are now gone in baseball. We have Jared Pinkney for the Rams. We have Cheyenne O'Grady, who's going to go to random. And Steven Montez, who's going to go to the Lions. Bills to 249 with the James Cook booklet. The cookbook, I guess. Is that what it is? Is it a cookbook? I think it's a cookbook. Jets, Corey Davis, numbered to 49. Washington numbered to 199, Jahan Dotson. Panthers numbered to 99, Terrace Marshall. Baltimore, Tylan Wallace. And then I got to say, these are probably the top 3 names to come out of this one. For the Packers, A.J. Dillon. For the Jaguars, 43 out of 50, Travis Etienne. And numbered to 10, it's not signed, but that's still pretty cool, Joe Burrow. And that will be a wrap for football. All right, a little bit late, but we had some good news today. We were able to get everything broadcasting on Drip here. So we take the good, we take the bad, we take them both, and there you have past, present, and future mixer. All right. So again, kind of a break within a break. We're doing a skunk bonus for the first time in a long time. And, when we do something for the first time in a long time, I like to make it big so that it kind of accents it, right? So that's what we're going to do now is we're going to do roll call for baseball. We'll again review the boxes. And then we're going to have some fun here. Who's ready to rip a new one? All right. Baseball. Here we go. So copy link. All right. Bradley Noel. Dennis Ippolito's here. Ryan Lees is here. Melissa Marin. David Sipes. Stanley Jackson's here. Chad Reagan, you still in here? Enrique Rico. James McCaffrey still in here. Brian. Jeremy Corbin. Mike Coleman. Still in here? So just confirm you're still in here because I saw the numbers kind of drop on Facebook. Whether you're watching us on Facebook or on Drip, I can see your comments. So, hey, Ryan, what's up? All right. This one's going to have a lot of hits. Over 30 of them. But we know how it goes, all right? Just because there's over 30 hits doesn't mean all 30 teams are going to get one. But that's what makes the skunk break so interesting. You could have people that skunk and still end up skunking. Or let's just say hypothetically speaking here, right? 29 of the 30 teams get a hit, right? It's very well spread out. There's a few, teams that get a couple. And there's only one team that skunks. You do realize they would get all 6 balls, right? I like to have that little element of WTF that could happen at the end. Usually ends up biting me back in the butt. I have a lot of teams in this break. We'll see what happens. If you want to shorten my list, by all means, please do. We'll go over the teams that are still left after we get these links sent out. All right. Past, present, future baseball starting now on the same link. Past, present, future baseball starting now on the same link. Talk to type is so much fun, except for when it says something that you totally didn't say and it autocorrects to bad words. Then it's not so fun, is it? All right, let's talk about the boxes. Let's talk about what teams are left, and then we'll get this show on the road here. So again, as far as cards go, there's not a lot. It's not a lot. Bowman Mega Box times 2 from 2022. 2023s are on pre-order right now. They're coming on. I want to say early June. I could be wrong. Big League Baseball. Actually, I got 2 boxes left in the shop. This has been a real popular one. I got to reorder some. And not just with the kids, with the adults too. Kids have mostly been getting the fat packs. It's the grown-ups that are getting the hobbies. We had a nice pickup the other day. Somebody had a Francisco Alvarez autograph in one and a legendary Ken Griffey Jr. in the other. All right, so past, present, future, right? We got some prospects. We got some current players. We also want to see some guys from the past. This is one of the boxes that'll make it easy. Historic autographs, originals, back to back. And here's a little caveat, okay? So we can't see the back of the cards, but sometimes the team is on the back of the card. All right, we're going to go with the team that's on the card because that's just going to be a little less controversial. All right, so for the originals back to back, when we put these in breaks, right? If it's on a 33 Gaudy and on the back of that they're on the Philadelphia A's, then that's what it's going to go to. Because I feel like that's a little. That card does have a team on it. It's just it might be obstructed. All right. Different situation than the Leaf, though. Wild card, 5-card draw. All right. The Bang Box. Again, when we put a buyback product into the break, that card does count as a hit. Regardless of whether it's got ink or cloth, it could be a PSA graded base card, but it's still going to count as a hit because that's the hit for the box, right? You get 1 card in there. If it's empty, we have a problem. Big problem. Not really a big problem. We were shorted on a memorabilia vault one time missing one item. They sent us something. Of course, it was a Le'Veon Bell jersey, so we got half an item in the mail. It only counts halvesies, right? 2020 Leaf Metal Draft. Again, if a Leaf card doesn't have a team-specific thing on it, then current player goes to current team. All right? Our retired players would go to a team in a random where they spent at least parts of 3 or more seasons with. All right? So 1, 1.5, 2, not enough to do it. 2 and part of another is. We got 2021 Pro Set, red, white, and blue edition. So these should be all numbered. It's either to 5 or less or 6 or less. I felt like that one might have been 6 for some reason. Vivid Baseball, which has been vividly awesome. All right, and then we'll see some more guys from the past in here. Leaf Lumber. Again, unless there is something that's very specific, not a career achievement, but like, for example, there are cards that might say, like, for example, MVPs for 3 in a row or something like that, right? And it'll say 94. I'm thinking of the hockey boxes. I really haven't opened a lot of these lumbers, maybe a handful of these since they've been doing them. But there are some things that are very specific, and then there's some things that are easy. Mickey Mantle spent his whole career as a Yankee, so if we get something like that bat knob there, it ain't going to matter, right? Yeah, the football one just finished. So we're doing the baseball break now. Again, if anybody wants to jump into the baseball break, remaining teams are up on drip, all right? So now we went over the boxes in the main part of the break. Now we're going to that skunk bonus we talked about, right? If we get all these teams that do not hit, they'll get randomized. So we may not know tonight who gets what. We may do it as a live stream, or we may do it as a break tomorrow on via a draft post, right? But all the teams that skunk have an opportunity to be in the skunk break. All right. Only the top 6 on the list will get to do it. But again, that list may not even have 6 names. We're not sure. We won't know until the break is over, or at least the main part of the break. So we got a Chicago Northside ball, 2 New York Dynasty baseballs, an Atlanta Championship ball, and 2 Houston Championship baseballs, a total of 6 baseballs. So that'd be 1 ball per spot. And again, all randoms will occur in the Marc-Down breaks group. Okay? All that being said, does anybody have any questions? I know there's some weird things that could pop up in the Leaf Lumber. It frightens me a little bit. But I wanted to put them in there because, 1, I love Leaf products, right? Solid stuff. 2, because usually the higher end type of stuff that we put in there used to be like the flawless and the definitive and tribute and triple threads and all that stuff. And well, seeing as how the last few of these breaks ended up not happening, I guess we trimmed it down enough so that we can make this happen. Although I'll be honest, with 20 teams, I don't know how long it's going to be before it happens again. So if anybody's interested in jumping in on this break, now is the time. You know, we get this to 23, 24, 25, and we get done with this break, and a lot of people are happy with it, and they want to see something like that happen again. You know, I let you guys kind of dictate a lot of things, although I'm wondering maybe I should do that a little bit less. It did take about like almost a week to get all the payments in. I got to be breaking stuff every 2 days just to hang on, especially during these months here. I didn't have a card show this month. I decided not to go to Fenway Park. because the hotel alone was going to cost me like $1,500. The distributor is not giving me anything with margin, right? Can't blame them for Topps because Topps cut them out, but well, they're not giving me any Panini stuff either. There's some things now, though, that are becoming a little bit more easily available. We were actually, and hopefully this this helps my numbers overall across all sports, although I have a feeling it's only going to affect my baseball numbers. We were able to get 2 cases of Donruss. So we're being brave, right? I think having prospects and retired players as the primary focus could actually make a good product even better. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think that it could actually improve the Donruss product because you're going to have, those big star autos we all get all excited about, right? The Griffey guys. I don't know how many Panini Griffies we hit in the shop this year, quite a few. And then you're going to get your prospects, and, it's a good formula for Leaf, works for them. That's what they thrive on. So I don't think Panini's going to be any different. So let's do this thing. All right. If I do that, I can't see if anybody actually decides to chat in there. So I'm just going to put these behind me right here. What do y'all want to start with? I say we have about equal chances in these boxes of getting an auto. Do you want to start with Big League Baseball, or do you want to knock out the Bowman Mega boxes first? All right, we're going to take votes for 30 seconds, and then we're going to roll with whatever we have the most of. Even if you're not in the break, you can vote, You just can't vote if you're, like, dead or not human, right? I'm sure that would offend my dog, but... So I got 1 vote for Big League. 1 vote for Bowman. 1-1. 1 vote for Big League, 1 vote for Bowman, and 20 seconds to sound off. $15. If anybody's trying to message on something on Drip, I'm not seeing it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go on the Drip app on my phone, and I'm going to see if we're getting votes from there too. Let's see. Sports cards. Where am I? Come on, I should be on here. Live shows. Come on. Sports cards. I don't see any sports cards. Oh, there it is. So where am I? There I am. I'm live. Okay, I apologize. So, not everything's been working. I apologize to anybody who's been on Drip. I said you guys have been quiet. You haven't. Vlad Jr., 6 RBI. So, okay, so we got 3 votes for Bowman on Drip. And then we have 1, 2, 3. 3 votes for Big League. Ryan, why did you switch? Well, I'm going to make that the tiebreaker. We'll do a sandwich. I was going to do back-to-back, but we'll do 1 Bowman, the Big League, and the other Bowman. All right? It was kind of a tie, so... right, Bowman Mega coming up. Again, until the first hit is shown, you can get on in this break. Jump onto the Drip app. Message me if you have any problems with anything. Hopefully the only problem is the chat. And now that I'm aware of it, I'm not going to be looking at YouTube because that no one said anything on. And usually nobody does because they know better by now that I'm usually not looking at it. So, again, you have your watered down packs that aren't going to have anything, right? And then you have your 2 mega packs that roughly about 1 in 7 boxes, right? I think it's 1 in 13 mega box packs has an autograph. Something like that. So, yeah, about 1 in 13 because the base mega autos are 1 in 15 packs. And then you got to kind of factor in all those parallels in there. So, good luck to everybody. Again, all this is going to have is a bunch of paper and a couple of chrome cards in each pack. But that's still not a terrible thing. I'd be happy with a chrome Ellie De La Cruz. The question is, would any of you? Well, if none of you have the reds, then the answer is going to be it doesn't matter. All right? Let's go through this list of teams real quick. Padres are 70. Pirates 120. Mets 125. Brewers 110. Brewers 100. Royals 100. Astros 100. Tigers are 110. Guardians are 80, Reds 165, and the Braves are 175. All right, last opportunity to get in goes away when we show the first hit. So we got Oswaldo Cabrera's first Bowman Chrome for the Yankees. Benny and the Jets. Benny Montgomery. Got O'Neal Cruz, who's hopefully cruising along in rehab. Reed Detmers. Samad Taylor. Marcel Urbina and Christian Hernandez. Not much there, but not much really expected in these packs. This is more of a means to an end, some filler, because they only put 10 Mojo refractors in each box. So let's see how good our Mojo looks right now. Misael Gonzalez. I guess these we'll sleeve all of these, even if they're not a first. Rodolfo Nolasco. And Henry Davis for the Pirates. Hi-Fi Futures. A team that is still available. Rays, Curtis Mead. That's not a bad one there. And for the Blue Jays, Steven Machado. Again, I do have the Drip app on my phone here, so I am able to see comments now. I apologize if I wasn't able to see your comments earlier. I felt like it when I did the vote thing. I'm like, there's people watching. Somebody's got to type something in. So I guess that's not working, but at least Facebook's working. So that's a plus. First Bowman, Matt Frazier. So we've had a few Mojo Pirates so far, and let's add one more with Michael Escato. White Sox Rookie of the Year favorites, Jake Berger. I think they're giving him a little too much credit there, but yeah, solid, major league capable player, right? Austin Martin for the Twins. And Isaac Pacheco for Los Tigres. All right, we'll do the other Bowman Mega after we take care of the majority of the cards in the break, and that's going to be with Big League Baseball. Not a lot of products out for 2023 so far. All right, not for baseball, and that is kind of weird coming into Memorial Day. Let's face it. This you had Top Series 1, of course, Bowman, of course. Those came out on time. You have Signature Series Active Player Edition, right? I don't know, am I forgetting something? Heritage comes out on Friday. I don't know if I will have it on time. I will have it. I just don't know if I will have it on time. We'll find out. Oh, guess what? We actually have an autograph in here. And it's currently a miss. So we have an autograph. And it's for one of the teams that has not been taken yet. All right. These cards are fun. Let's see. Yep, that makes sense too. So we're going to see a lot of these cool inserts out of Big League. This was a set that had focus groups of children helping design the set in 2020. It's evolved a little further, and it's kind of taken on some of the properties of opening day as they've gotten rid of that. Oh, that's a cool looking card. They've also made it so that it's kind of similar to like a TCG. All right, they kind of took Pokemon as the inspiration. So baseball, we haven't had a hit yet, but we're about to. So this is the last opportunity to get in. They actually have notches in the top of the packs. They're very discreet, but to kind of help the little ones, if you see there, you can kind of see through. There we go. See, they're thinking of us. Yeah, if only they can get the cards perfectly centered. But we got a hit in our hands right now. All right, remaining teams. Let's go back through the list one more time. Braves, 175. Reds, 165. Guardians, 80. Also known formerly as the Cleveland Indians. And let's face it, a lot of people continue to just look at it that way. Tigers are 110. Astros, 100. Royals, 100. Brewers, 100. Mets, 125. Pirates, 120. And the Padres are 70. Again, teams are available via the Drip Shop. Tell me that this is really close to the limit on my hand size here. All right. I got 2 more packs left to go. I'm comfortable with this. So I'll open the other 2 packs in a little bit. and we'll get everything out in one shot. But I also don't want to risk messing up something like this beautiful Oswaldo Cabrera. So you got 200 cards in your base set. Those are your commons, right? Then they go to uncommon and all the way up to legendary. Those cards are easy to tell because they're foil. So like cards number 201 to 250 are your uncommons, and then they get rarer and rarer all the way up to 310. 8-bit ballers. I love this design. I can't wait to see the Bo Jackson. I might end up with the Bo Jackson. No one's bought the Royals yet. 8-bit ballers. Juan Soto. Shea Langoliers. So this is one of your uncommon cards. So again, a base foil, right? Regular old rainbow foil board. We'll see one of those, I think, per pack. And again, a big rookie class this year, big rookie card class, I should say. And it's even bigger in Big League. Here we got Brett Beatty with a nice little insert card there. These are cool-looking cards. They're not just for kids. They're for anybody who likes to have fun collecting. Nick Prado. All right, that is, again, an uncommon. Mookie Betts, City Slickers. Sandy Alcantara. And we're going to take this one up a notch. We have Bo Bichette. So that card is 264, so that'll be the next bump up. I want to say it's rare, ultra rare, and legendary, but I could be wrong. But whatever the terminology is, it's a little irrelevant. Just know that that's a scarcer card. Hi, my name is Chika Chika Ichiro. So roll call. That's something we do before every break. Carlos Correa with the foil. James Outman, 8-bit ballers, Gunnar Henderson. How can you not like this design? Just reminds me of playing the Nintendo and all that stuff. We got Wilson Contreras, J-Rod. Here come the judge, Matt Olson. And how about our first mascot card for the Diamondbacks? Shohei Ohtani, Carlos Rodon. All right, let me open these other two packs so we have the whole box in one shot here. Again, one hit in my hand. And it is for one of the teams that is still available for sale. All right. I've kind of been buying these boxes 5 at a time. I have not gotten a case. So I did mention somebody hit a Francisco Alvarez earlier. Doesn't necessarily have any meaning on what's going to be in this box, because they're probably not from the same case. Eloy Jimenez. And let's face it, this probably won't be the biggest hit of the break either. But you never know. Could be something decent. MJ Melendez had 18 home runs at the major league level last year. 20 including his minor leagues. He's got to work on that average a little bit. The year before, though, he had 41. So there's Garrett Mitchell. And Riley Green, roll call, and that's a rookie too. That's kind of cool. Dylan Cease. We are getting closer to that hit. Roberto Clemente. Ryan Mountcastle. I love how they incorporate some of the historical players into this set too. It's important that the kids know the heroes of ages before. Become a big leaguer. Ah, yes. We're just going to throw this into the skunk bonus. How's that? I forgot about that. So there's a QR code on the back, and then a redemption scratcher on the back too. So we'll throw that into the skunk bonus. Ken Griffey Jr., 8-Bit Ballers. So how did I word this? Yep, any team. So could technically be something for somebody, even if they don't make the cut. Shane Bieber. Shohei Ohtani. Oh, there's Ken Waldachuk. It was a foil, so you actually didn't have a good chance of getting it, but you still got it. Josh Smith. Christian Yelich, City Slickers. DL Hall. We're about to show that first hit. We're real close to it. Juan Soto, roll call. Joe Musgrove. Judge. J-Rod, 8-Bit Baller. That goes nicely with that Griffey. Giancarlo Stanton. So it looks like we had one in the box that was higher up than an uncommon. I believe the legendaries are so scarce that they're considered like a case hit. Jackie Robinson. I don't know. There's food on it. Like not actual food, but pictures of food. So that's interesting. BL28. Ozzy Albies. Autograph is coming up here. This is it. Jeter Downs. Eloy Jimenez. Spencer Strider. Mariner Moose. I like it. All right, here comes the first auto. Ooh, that's looking cool. Bo Jackson. That is a cool looking card right there. On the roll call. I like it. Jazz Chisholm. Opening act. Autograph for the Guardians. Will Brennan. All right, first hit, Will Brennan. 33 more to go, right? This one doesn't count towards the original 33. No guarantees in the big league box, but we got a hit and a few fun cards. All right, back to Bowman. Bowman Mega Time. Let me just delete the remaining teams here. For those who were in the first Bowman experiment, All right, I've got the remaining boxes on the way. They should be here in 3 days. So I'm going to give everybody 2 days to confirm their involvement in the break. Let me know if you're keeping or dropping your teams. I already had 3 people say they're keeping, so there's already a decent amount of teams available, and so far no one's gotten back to me that they're dropping. So let me know either way, if you're keeping your teams, dropping your teams. Preferably Messenger would be good, right? All right, so I got to keep track of this. This thing sucks. Make it easier for me. So Guardians are now out of the skunk bonus. Bowman Mega up next. Do our what I call dud packs first. No inserts, no color, no chance at an auto. It's just paper, and then the remaining whatever 1, 2, or 3 cards. Usually it's 2 are chrome, and that's it. So Anthony Rodriguez, that'll get a little 1-cent love. Soderstrom. Waddell. Max Muncy. Valera, Ramos, Acosta. Okay. That's done and over with. And now, our 2 mega packs. Will we get something mega cool in there? Well, we got some color. All right, that's something. Justice Thompson. Mackay Backstrom. Brewers. Brandlin Haraba. That would have been a nice trio, wouldn't it? 142 out of 225. Alvin Guzman and Yuribel Angeles. David, you're keeping in Bowman? Okay. I'll just... where is it? I actually listed it. I didn't put it as its own separate post yet. I actually put it in the original Bowman experiment post so that it would trigger the notifications of the right people. So it's posted as a comment in there if anybody was wondering where that went. All right, you had 3 in that. So that's already up to 10. Not everybody knows about it yet. So. All right, so we got Christian Hernandez. Best first name in Boston, Marcelo Meyer. Not just in baseball, in Boston. O'Neal Cruz. Anthony Rodriguez. And Nico Cavadas. All right. From this point on, it's going to be all killer, no filler from here. Let's do this. All right, let's do a little bit of the future and a little bit of the past here. Wild card. We have these boxes available for sale if anybody's interested. One person decided to take one of these. So they had charges pressed against them, and we'll see them in court. You know, the cameras in here crisscross in multiple directions. So usually every camera gets at least 2 angles, if not 3, of what you're doing. So there's don't do anything. But we had a couple knuckleheads this month decide to push the boundaries. So all right, this one is numbered 4 out of 5. Enrique Bradfield Jr. 4 out of 5. Enrique Bradfield Jr. Ugh, we're going to get NIL guys in this too, aren't we? So, currently playing for Vanderbilt. So here's the deal. All right. This is going to get randomized amongst every team. So this is going to have a factor in the eventual skunk bonus. All right. So generally the NIL guys randomize amongst every team. So that means a team could pick up an extra hit and not matter. A team could get their first hit and get knocked out of the skunk bonus. But that one is going to be set aside for when we get the videos done, which at this late at night is probably going to be tomorrow. We still open the baseballs now, but they might not be drafted until tomorrow. All right, this guy's got a team. Numbered 1 out of 4, Chase Petty. And he is in the Reds minor league system currently. So he was traded for, I don't remember. But he's from Linwood, New Jersey, which is right near Atlantic City. It's about less than an hour south of here. And then he got traded for, let's see, I should be using MILB for this. So Reds are now knocked out. Oh, Sonny Gray. So Sonny Gray and Francis Peguero went to the Minnesota Twins in exchange for Chase Petty. Yes, Bradfield is a big, expected to be a first-round pick. So getting that card won't be the worst thing in the world. All right, this one's going to go to Detroit Rock City, numbered 3 of 3, Riley Green. So far, all our hits have gone to Central teams. Riley Green, 3 of 3 for the Tigers. Number 2. Chase Dollander, 1 out of 2. Chase Dollander. I have a feeling he's another NIL guy. Currently playing for the Tennessee Volunteers. And he's expected to be probably a first or second round guy too, right? So this is another NIL guy. Ryan, you're going to do Bowman as well. You got him. And then 1 of 1, Hedbert Perez. Pretty sure he's still with Milwaukee. But guys move. Yeah, still with Milwaukee. So currently, not doing as well as Chase Petty was doing in the minors. Chase Petty's 1-0 in 2 starts. 8 strikeouts in 9 innings, I think it was. Hedbert Perez batting 163. He's at A-ball this year. Now, last year, 15 home runs, 23 doubles, 216 average. So he's really got to get the bat on the ball a little bit more. Strikes out quite a bit, but he is one of the top prospects in the Brewers organization. And when you have an organization as loaded as them, that's still pretty good. So Hedbert Perez. All right, now let's do originals back to back. All right, this is a 1950 Bowman card. And as you can see, if you can zoom in enough, yeah, it's too much of a reflection. But so Howie Pollitt was playing on the Cardinals at this point in his career. He's kind of wrapping up his time with the Cardinals. In 1950, when this card was produced, he had a 14-13 record and a 3.29 ERA. Career was doing pretty good, and things kind of unraveled a little bit over the next 5 years. So I guess he hit his peak. In 9 years with St. Louis, he was 97-65 with a 3.06 ERA. But at time of retirement, 3.51 ERA, 131 and 116. So a decent pitcher. Did miss a couple years due to the war, as many did during that time. But thank you for your service. And there's your cut signature. And it is a 1 of 1. 1950 Bowman, Howie Pollitt. 1 of 1 for the Cardinals. Just making sure my drip comments are still going in. Been a while since I'd seen one. Sports cards. Yes. Okay. Let's see here. So that takes the Cardinals off the list. Another Central team. Wow. Okay. So we had two NIL guys. Yeah. And all the teams so far eliminated from the skunk bonus coming out of the AL and NL Central. That's interesting. I'm sure that's going to change in a moment. But all right, so I'm just hopping on Facebook real quick. And scrolling down to that Bowman post as I decide which box we're going to do next. All right, so now that's 1, 2, 3. So we're at 13 in part 2 of the Bowman experiment. Let's do these boxes next. What are these 3? Save those for last. All right. Let's do the Leaf Metal 2020. So this is when we had shortages on supplies, so they weren't top loading the cards. Let's see here. Got a nice little case. Yeah, got a couple fun ones right on the bookends of this box here. That's always good. So let's see how these guys are faring in the very young minor league season. Oops. So the number 4 pick, going back a few years, Asa Lacy. Having some control issues. 28 innings pitched, 35 strikeouts. All right. A 2-2 record, an ERA of 10.61. If you won 2 games with a record like that, you probably had one really bad game, I'm thinking. And he's on the injured list again. So, oh, wait. That was last year's stats. He's still on the injured list. But he's expected to come back this year. So I guess he had a rehab assignment last year. And things didn't go well when he got activated in July. I want to say 21. He ended up getting injured. Yeah, most of his appearances were in relief in 22. So hopefully he recovers from all that ails him and becomes the probably kind of projected like a number 2 starter, possibly a number 1. Numbered 5 out of 15, Petey Halpin. 5 out of 15, Petey Halpin. And Petey is in the Guardian system at AA. So far, 250 average, a couple home runs. Last year at high A ball. He's still only 20 years old. So he was drafted out of high school. He had 21 doubles, 4 triples, and 6 home runs last year. So he's probably going to grow into a little bit more. He walks a decent amount. His strikeout ratio isn't terrible, and he steals double-digit bases. So somebody to kind of keep on the radar. Not a huge prospect, but next we have Jared Jones for the Pirates. 0-2 record with an ERA of 3, striking out 28 and 24 innings, a whip of 1.13. That's the important thing right there, especially when you're watching a pitcher develop. It's that control. Because a lot of these guys, they throw hard and they fizzle out, and his whips come down a bit. So this is an important year in his development, and looks like things are working out so far. Even though he lost both games that he had a decision in, that's kind of irrelevant. They don't care about that in the minor leagues. They care about your performance. So decent start for the year for him. And let's go back to another Brewers player. We were talking about the Brewers farm system earlier. All right, the Hedberg Perez 1 of 1. He's still got some growing to do in the minors, but this is a guy that's already made the show. 5 out of 7, Garrett Mitchell. 5 out of 7, Garrett Mitchell. Next, we have Corey Abbott. So 3 solid names, not uncommon in these leaf boxes. Wait, who's the third one? We'll see in a second. So Corey Abbott, 7.26 ERA, a whip of about 1.5. Striking out 39 in 31 innings. So, again, they throw hard, but you gotta hit the plate. So he is a AAA right now. So still working things out. And actually last year only threw in 12 games, 8 starts. So he must have had some injury issues. 2021 and 22 were rough, but 2019, don't forget, they didn't play in 2020. 2019 and 18 looked pretty decent. So could be a case of injuries kind of throwing him out of whack. And actually, hold on. Oh, he's been in the majors too. I didn't even look at that. So in 2021, debuted for the Cubs. 22 and 23 playing for the Nationals. So he's had 2 relief appearances for the Nationals so far. Looks like long relief. So I think they still might see him as a starter, but maybe not. This year will be kind of a make or break for him. So I don't know if he's up or he's down. And then 13 out of 20 for the Orioles. With all the big prospects that they've had, the Gunnar Hendersons, the Grayson Rodriguez's, the Adley Rutschmans, this is one of a couple names that kind of gets forgotten. I forget who the other guy is. But this guy is killing it in the minors right now. Right? Has he gotten no? Yeah, I haven't gotten a call yet. He's 24 years old. All right, so a second overall pick in 2020. This guy is going to be called up soon. batting .314 with 10 home runs and 137 at-bats, an OPS over 1. He's already doubled his home run output from all of last season. He had 243 at-bats last year. So I expect him to be called up real soon. Another scary number, with 25 strikeouts, he's also had 12 walks. So that's a nice little ratio there. So Orioles, Heston Scherstad. So that's not bad. Scherstad, Mitchell, and Lacey. Pretty decent box there. Oh, I'm not even thinking of Mountcastle. What the heck's his name? Wow. He was either a second rounder or a compensatory pick a couple years ago. If I saw it, I'd remember it, and I can't remember his freaking name. Let's see. Colton Cowser we didn't mention. Jackson Holiday is obvious. Jordan Westberg, that's the guy who I was thinking of. So Scherstad is smoking the ball at Double-A. So he's still kind of got to make a stop. Although, I mean, I don't know how the Orioles are looking right now. If they need an outfielder, maybe he gets the call. But Jordan Westberg is at Triple-A, and I think he's doing well as well. Oh, yeah. 323 average, 12 home runs, an OPS over 1. So he is very soon due for a call-up. Last year, 27 home runs, 39 doubles, 3 triples. Drove in 106 runs, walked 70 times. He strikes out a bit much. He had 147 strikeouts last year. This year already 42 and 155 at-bats. But he is crushing it. And he's also 24. So you figure Westberg's an infielder. So it's not necessarily one place for another, but I think Westberg moves up. And Scherstad follows him to Triple-A. So yeah, I'm talking about prospects. Forget about established guys. You have some decent players, like the ones you mentioned, like Cedric Mullins, right? He's still there. Might not be for long if his contract's running up soon. All these young kids coming up. All right. Red, white, and blue. So these are all going to be low numbered. We can deal with that, right? Yeah, there are very few teams in the minors that are as stacked as the Orioles. The Brewers, probably one of them. So let's see here. Where does the sticker start? There we go. Or I should say, where does it end? All right. So our first card is going to be for a pitcher who was... got a losing record of 0-1 despite an ERA of 0. So those unearned runs can hurt too. 8 strikeouts in 8 innings, a whip of 1. So 2 unearned runs, factoring in his only decision. Oh, that was for 2022. My bad. He's still hurt? Still injured. I think he was a Tommy John guy last year. First rounder in 2021. Gunnar Hoagland, numbered 4 out of 6. So he should probably be back in it by the All-Star break, I would think. Probably rehabbing in extended spring training right now. Numbered 1 out of 6 for the METS Mets, Brett Beatty. Brett Beatty. Numbered 1 out of 6 as well. And this one's going to go to the Rangers. Currently, at A-ball, batting .256, already has 10 steals on the year, which is how many he had last year in 45 games last year. Strikes out a bit, but he does walk. And actually, he's already driven in 15 runs, so even though he's not a power hitter, it looks like he hits them when it counts. So Anthony Gutierrez, 18 years old. Okay. I can go for an 18-year-old clutch hitter, right, in your minor league system. All right, we got another major league guy. At least a guy with major league experience. Right now, he's in AAA. But his rookie cards are out this year. So he is 24 years old. Again, did spend some time up with the Twins this year and last year. Batted 154 this year, it looks like. Oh, no, 220 with the Twins. Struggling a little bit. And this card is numbered also 1 out of 6. Numbered 3 of 3. Got a guy who I think he got knocked out during spring training on the injured list, if I remember correctly. Jackson Jobe, a top pitching prospect for the Tigers. He was a first rounder a couple of years back. Let's see. Last year, struck out 81 in 77 and a third, a whip of 1.28. All right, so didn't look too bad. April 2nd, he was put on the disabled list, so it was during spring training. Pretty sure that was a Tommy John. So a guy to hold on to. Numbered 3 out of 3. And no break would be complete without an autograph of the best first name in baseball, Marcelo Meyer. 5 out of 6. Like some printing dust, I call it, on the back. 5 out of 6, Marcelo Meyer for the Red Sox. All right. So a lot of times we like to see cards that are a boom. Yes, I still have it. Matter of fact, I got it a matching sleeve. There we go. But this one's going to be more of a bang. So Leaf Bang Box next. Are we going to get a big one? Even the little ones. I mean, let's face it. When it's one team getting it, that still could be a good pull there. All right, Bang Box time. So let's see what we got. All right, this one is going to go to the team that originally drafted this player. You kind of don't think of him on this team, but he was traded, I think, for starting pitching that was needed at the time. And we have a SGC graded card. This is going to go to the Cubs. It's a 9.5/10 on the auto. Eloy Jimenez, 181 out of 250. 181 out of 250. Eloy Jimenez. Just to see what he's doing right now, because I know he's had some injury issues pretty much his entire career, let's face it. Yeah, he got injured May 5th. So we're coming up age 26 year for him. And he started off the season with 4 homers, 4 doubles, and a 258 average, 321 on base percentage. He had some walks. But last year hit 295 with 16 home runs. Look, only struck out 72 times and 292 at bats. That's not awful. But again, since 2019, well, I'm sorry, 2020, because you only played 60 games in 2020. So the last 3 seasons, he's had extended time injured. So, but still not done with his prime years. We'll see what happens with him. All right. Let's do this Vivid box here. Oh, I haven't been jotting down teams. Hold on, before I pop the seals on these, I got to jot down teams. Are there any central teams remaining at this point? Cubs are gone. All right, let's see. Mets are gone. A's are gone. Rangers. Twins. Tigers already had one. Red Sox. Royals. I forget who he was. I'll have to get those back up. Orioles. They already had one. All right. So that is almost caught up. Just gotta look these three up real quick. Nationals. Pirates. And Guardians had already got knocked down. All right. So for those interested in where we're at for the skunk bonus, the entire National League Central is out. The entire National League West is still in. It's interesting. Still early, though. Not too many doubles on teams so far. So, the A's hit was Gunnar Hoagland. A's hit was Gunnar Hoagland. All right, let's see what Vivid does. Well, we're going to start things off with a very interesting dual auto. And I guess I jinxed this division. So we have two guys. One is starting off. He's already been promoted. This is in 2023. He hasn't played more than 5 games at any single level. He went from A to A plus, right, to high A ball, and now he's in double A. And on the season, this very young season, he's batting .347. Only a couple home runs, but he had 23 last year. And last year he walked 47 times and had 24 doubles. So a lot of things kind of trending in the right direction for this 24-year-old. Probably why he's moving up so quickly. He kind of, again, you lose 2020, 2022. He was all the way up to double A, but he only played 1 game there, so I guess they sent him back down. And then the other guy on this card was a first-round pick in 2022. A little bit of a slow start, but he's definitely on the list as far as top prospects for the San Francisco Giants. You have Reggie Crawford and Vaughn Brown, 13 out of 35. So that knocks out the Giants. Next card is of somebody who just made his major league debut at 20 years old. So in 3 games, he's 1-1 with a .386 ERA, and he struck out 16 in 14 innings. This card's numbered 13 out of 20, and you have the Marlins, Yuri Perez. Numbered 4 out of 35, Luis Matos. And he should still be with the Giants. Yep. Batting .321, already has an OPS of .886, has stolen 9 bases on the season, so he went from double A very quickly up to triple A. And he's walked more than he struck out. 18 walks versus 13 strikeouts in 137 at-bats. He actually wasn't even close to that feat last year. He walked 28 times and 376 at bats last year. So he's really developing a keen batting eye. And he's only 21. And here we have a 17-year-old who came out of the MLB China Academy. For the Padres. 4 out of 25, Zach Kin. Still early to tell, but this could be a future phenom. So Padres are out. We have a 1 of 1 signed proof. 1 of 1 coming up. And this one is going to go to the Diamondbacks. Compensatory pick, Landon Sims. 1 of 1 signed proof. Now he is he's not yet made his minor league debut. He is on the injured list, so he's another one that got injured right in the beginning of April in spring training. I don't know what type of injury. But has not returned yet. And how about the Red Sox? I think they were the last team picked up in this. Oh, no, wait. The White Sox and the Twins were. That's right. We had those on drip. But before we had it, you have Sidani Rafaela, and Marcelo Meyer again. So second hit for Meyer, 5 out of 50. 5 out of 50. All right, now this is where things can really get wild here. Let's open up Leaf Lumber. I don't have a lot of these left. That's why I wanted to throw 2 of them in here. I wanted to make these look so good that we would get requests to buy the rest of them. So let's see how that works out. All right. So first up, we have a game-used lumber piece. It's not a name piece, but it's, again, you get some really nice relic cards in this set. So let's start off with 2 out of 2, Pudge Rodriguez. All right, so Ivan Rodriguez, he's a guy that could go to a lot of different teams. This one will go to random. So we got the Rangers. Oh, just the Rangers and the Tigers. All right. And both of those teams have been knocked out already, so it has no implication on the skunk break. But he didn't play long enough with any other team. So Rangers and Tigers have an opportunity at this card. Oh, here's another guy that played for a few teams. This one is numbered 1 out of 2. Gee, you'd think we got an emerald box, right? 1 out of 2. So teams that qualify, there's 3 of them. Cleveland, Boston, and the Dodgers. Did not play long enough for either the White Sox or the Rays. Manny Ramirez, 1,500 RBI club. He hit 1,831 to be exact, and 555 home runs. All right, this one, I think all these guys, this you don't see this anymore. All 4 of these guys, I think, spent their whole career with one team. Senators moved over to the Twins. Oh, he did play for the Royals for one season. That last year, but that doesn't count. All right. Let's see. Oh, this guy played for another team too at the end of his career. But that was only for a season and a half. This guy did get traded too. Let's see. Yes, that's right. I keep forgetting. So he's got 3 qualifying teams. Yeah. Nobody ever plays for the same team their whole careers. Two seasons and a half. All right, so this guy's got 2 qualifying teams. So numbered 1 out of 9, we have Mount Crushmore, Harmon Killebrew, Willie Mays, Frank Robinson, and Willie McCovey. So first we would randomize the player, and then if it's Killebrew, it's the Twins. If it's Mays, it's the Giants. Frank Robinson could be the Reds, the Indians, or what was the other team? Or the Orioles, duh. He also managed them. And then McCovey could be the Giants, the Padres, and that's it. And he spent like 11 games in Oakland. Giants or Padres. So that's Mount Crushmore. All right, now this team is a Bat Rack 4, and there's a pattern on this card. There is a team pattern on this card, so this will automatically go to the Giants. You have Mays, McCovey, Bobby Bonds, and Barry Bonds. So again, this one's deliberately taking 4 players who have all played for the same team, so we'll make that one easy. All right. Reminder, we went over what we do with the leaf boxes. We've been doing this for almost 10 years. And we went over it in depth. It's always been that way. Leaf lumber. So how much are these a box? I want to say they're $3.25. We've had it where in the past there were leaf cards where the uniform you couldn't tell which one it was, because they played for multiple teams that would have had the same color jersey. Because they don't mention the team specifically on there, we've always done it this way with the leaf cards. And we say that at the beginning of the break just to make sure it's clear, especially for newer people. Let's see, leaf lumber. And these are all actually game-used relics in here. So much like the in-the-game used stuff. 2021. Leaf lumber. Trinity. Pro set. Maybe not on list anymore? Did I forget to have them on the list? Oh, here, 325. So 325. Brian Gray released a team checklist. Like, this is a perfect example. This almost looks like it could be either a Mets or a Dodgers. And those are the two teams he spent most of his career with. And this is why we don't do it that way. Because there's nothing on the card specifying it. If he wrote New York or Los Angeles on it, then I wouldn't have a problem. But this is a perfect example. You know, what is it? So you had an issue with something I was doing before, Bradley, and you said a couple things that were inaccurate about it, about when we randomize the teams. We've been doing that since at least 2016. All right. And you made a comment on another break about how it hasn't been filled yet. Not everybody likes random teams. We've always been primarily a pick your team, but some people like random teams, so we try to make everybody happy. Okay, well, you know what? I've been breaking since before Brian Gray even put out the checklists. And we have an established rule for 9 years, and we're sticking to it. And we, went over it specifically, too. So you will get your stuff sent to you, whatever you get. But Mike Piazza should be between the Mets and the Dodgers. Again, we've talked about this in football breaks before with the Joe Montanas. Remember? We just automatically assign to the 49ers because, on a printing plate, you can't even tell the color of the thing. And that's another thing that happens too. So just confirming. If this were my first rodeo, then maybe we'd have a discussion here. But so he played for the Marlins for 5 whole games, and then only parts of one season apiece with the Padres and Oakland. So Dodgers and Mets have an opportunity at the Piazza numbered to 25. I'm glad that card came up too. Willie Stargell, 21 out of 25. That one's easy. And then from here on, again, with these Leaf Lumber boxes, I wanted to throw them in because they're fun boxes. And I know they're a little messy. And that's why I outline everything ahead of time. So Willie Stargell spent his entire career with Pittsburgh. So that one's easy. The Pirates get it. All right, so this one has a year. NL 1981. All right, this is the Lumber Leaders. So again, this one has something to specifically go off of. So Mike Schmidt and Pete Rose, pretty sure they were both Phillies that year. Bill Madlock was a Padre, and Tim Raines was an Expo, which would eventually become the Nationals. So, again, that's going to be randomized with a list that'll say Phillies, A's, Phillies, Expos. So, Phillies have a 50-50 chance. So, that's 16 out of 30. Some breakers say that majority rules. We've never done it that way because, if you get Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, and Mac Jones autograph card for some reason. I don't know why you put those three guys together, but that's the example. Who's to say that we should totally overlook the Patriots? I always try to do things in the most fair way possible. To everybody. This one is numbered, I don't know, there's a bit of gold foil sticking out. So it's either 7 out of 20 or 17 out of 20. Good thing it's not a number break. Can't tell there. But we have Willie Mays, Roberto Clemente, Harmon Killebrew, Frank Robinson, Mike Schmidt, George Brett, Robin Yount, and Ryan Sandberg. So I think all these guys played for only one qualifying team each, except for Frank Robinson. Willie Mays, Giants, Clemente, Pirates, Killebrew, Twins, Twins/Senators. Robinson would be the 3 teams. Schmidt would be the Phillies. Brett Royals, Yount Brewers, Ryan Sandberg Cubs. He didn't play long enough for the Phillies to count. So that's another one that we got to figure out. We got quite a few randoms running tomorrow. All right, so we got a lot of hits. We still have some hits in question as far as what teams they're going to. So we don't have a complete list. But this is right now the preliminary list of teams that have been knocked out of the skunk bonus. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 19 teams have definitely been knocked out. Leaving 11, and we have a bunch of cards to random off as soon as we can get somebody on video. So let's take a recap of the hits. Again, the hits in question right now, we have 2 NIL guys, Chase Dollander and Enrique Bradfield Jr. 2 guys that look like they're first round bound for this next draft coming up too. All right, then we have the Leaf Lumber cards, which I knew a bunch of these were going to be this way. So this is 60s versus 80s. I didn't see the dates there. 60s versus 80s. So Frank Robinson, did he play in multiple teams in the 60s? Because he's definitely not the 80s guy. Yeah, Cincinnati and Baltimore. So that would take Cleveland out, which is fine. That eliminates me. I don't care. Well, I'm still the Reds, but eliminates one of my teams. So that's a fair thing to do there. 60s versus 80s, so we only count their decades that they played for those teams. 1981 Lumber Leaders. So again, Schmidt, Madlock, Rose, and Raines. Got Mike Piazza to 25. Possibility of Mets or Dodgers. Mount Crushmore, 1 of 9. Killebrew, Mays, Robinson, McCovey. I'm loving these names that we're seeing on those multi-relics. Manny Ramirez, numbered to 2, 1 of 2. And Pudge Rodriguez, 2 of 2. And again, if you look at this picture, I don't know, could be the Nationals, right? He played for the Nationals. He played for the Rangers. Could be probably other teams that he played for too, with the red and the white scheme. So, no other comment. So, all right, let's see what we have here. Hedbert Perez for the Brewers, 1 of 1. Tigers, 3 of 3, Riley Green. Reds to 4, Chase Petty. Guardians, Will Brennan. Cardinals, Howard Pollitt. Considered a 1 of 1 there on his 1950 Bowman. And, of course, on the back, a cut signature. Willie Stargell for the Pirates. 7 of 9. Again, we got 4 guys who played on the same team. So Mays, McCovey, Bobby Bonds, and Barry Bonds. Giants. Red Sox, Marcelo Meyer, numbered to 6. And he's also, not that one. He's also on this one. That one. Numbered to 50, Rafaela and Meyer. Royals, Asa Lacy. Orioles, numbered to 20, Heston Sherstad. Corey Abbott. I don't remember. Petey Halpin, numbered to 15. Jared Jones. Crawford and Brown to 35, Giants. Marlins, Yuri Perez, numbered to 20. Luis Matos, numbered to 35, Giants. Zach Kinn, Padres, to 25. 1 of 1 proof. Landon Sims. I forget. See the Reds? So, yeah, we're doing, so I'm recapping this, and then I'm kind of treating that like a sub break. So we're going to open the baseballs now, and then we'll do a draft post we'll try to go live tomorrow and see if we can get the people involved in it. Cubs, Eloy Jimenez, numbered to 250. Brewers, Garrett Mitchell, numbered to 7. Jackson Jobe, 3 of 3. Twins, Jose Miranda, numbered to 6. Anthony Gutierrez, Rangers, numbered to 6. Gunnar Hoagland, A's, numbered to 6. Brett Beatty, Mets, numbered to 6. So if your team name was called as one of the hits, then the skunk bonus is out for you. If your name hasn't been called, your team's name hasn't been called, there's still some randoms to be done, but you're not yet out of the running for one of these 6 baseballs. All right. Again, there's a reason why I chose to do these as a skunk bonus. All right. Atlanta Championship. Well, that heavily weighs on the Braves there, right? New York Dynasty. That heavily weighs on the Yankees. So when I do these balls in a break, these type, either the New York Dynasty or the World Series winners, generally they're in a break as a skunk bonus. And we haven't been doing as much of those lately for a number of reasons. But I figure let's get back to doing these. All right. So after we've randomized the cards, then we randomize the final list of all the teams that remain. So let's start with the Chicago Northside ball. This is the oldest baseball product that we have left in the store. I think I have one more of these, 1 or 2. These go back to 2017. We did a lot of these at the 2017 National. And we have a former Rookie of the Year. This this ball is numbered 9 out of 48 in the series. Dwight Smith. I'm sorry, second in Rookie of the Year. Who the heck was Rookie of the Year that year? NL Rookie of the Year, 1989. Second in Rookie of the Year. I don't remember who was first. But he did get a World Series ring, even though he wasn't there for the Cubs one, obviously. But he did get one in Atlanta in 95. Let's do the Atlanta one next, since there's only one of those. Oh. Got a Hall of Famer here. I don't know how many people think of him as a Brave, but they did not do serial numbers on this one. So we got an 11-time All-Star. This guy did win NL Rookie of the Year. Didn't finish second. He was also leader in home runs once, RBIs twice, and his number's not retired in Atlanta, but it is retired in San Francisco. Hall of Fame 99 inscription on the ball. We have Orlando Cepeda. Again, this is the skunk bonus, so this will be done as a draft later on, and this is obviously a reason why I always leave these to skunk bonuses, because you got a guy who pretty much played his whole career, majority of his career with the Giants, and is known for that, and he's in the Atlanta ball. Next, let's do these Houston ones, so then all the Yankee fans can get mad when we pull an Altuve, right? All right. Let's see what we got here. Okay, we're stuck. Okay. So we got a guy who was actually a part of a no-hitter in this World Series. And this is on a World Series baseball, which makes sense. So 22 World Series baseball. A guy I know somewhat well, former Met, Rafael Montero. Would go on to be kind of a relief specialist there. And in Game 4 of the 2022 World Series against the Phillies, the Astros threw a no-hitter with several pitchers. Let's see who we got in this one. So that World Series ball does add a little bit of... Oh, Jerome Walton. It was the other Cub that won it. Right. All right. So there's a reason why I got confused. That's right. The Cubs had two guys up for that award. They ran with it. Come on. Oh, I like this one. All right, Here's another one with a Hall of Fame inscription, but this guy's definitely most known for being on this team. So, four-time All-Star, another guy who won NL Rookie of the Year. Remember, the Astros were in the National League for a number of years. Three-time Silver Slugger. He got a Gold Glove and an MVP. Hall of Fame 2017, Jeff Bagwell. Jeff Bagwell. New York Dynasty balls. These have been interesting in the past. If you've been with us long enough, you've seen stuff like the 24-karat gold Mariano Rivera. We once had a redemption for a slab check of Joe DiMaggio. These can be fun. Eight-time All-Star. Another National League Rookie of the Year. Man, these guys just want to rub it in. I got one wrong. It's okay. I guess they don't number these anymore. Which that usually helped you figure out that each name was limited, but Darryl Strawberry. Got his home run on with the Mets, but his World Series rings, most of them came in with the Yankees, didn't they? And last but certainly not least, oh man, you can't pop the seals anymore. They're much thicker. Okay. Just cut myself trying. Another guy who, no, not one Rookie of the Year. Another guy who won 4 World Series championships. We have El Duque, Orlando Hernandez. El Duque, former ALCS MVP. Half-brother of Livan Hernandez. And I remember when he got that ALCS MVP, how hot people were over him, man. And that being an okay pitcher. He wasn't bad. He had his moments. So those 6 balls are going to be your skunk break balls. So we got the one nice World Series ball. We got Jeff Bagwell. We got Orlando Cepeda. So we got a few nice things in store for whoever makes it to that final skunk bonus draft. I do have one of those north side balls close. Yes, they're over here in our ball section. Hold on. This is actually the last one. So this is the last north side ball. I don't even know what those are. Hold on. It's so old, it's not even on the list anymore. Let's see. Are there any on eBay? I doubt it. So usually the World Series champion balls retail at 195, but we're at the point where anything that would be a redemption's expired. So I usually lower the price on stuff like that, even though it's old and really hard to find. Um, you're not going to be able to get that picture there. There's a couple things that they had. So instead of 195, you'd probably be looking at like 149 ripped and shipped. So again, this may be the last sealed one in existence. So let me know if you wanted to do that. I'll take that as a yes. All right, David, pick me a number from 1 to 1. Top box or top box? Just let me know you're in here. So just let me know you're in the live stream. Let's go answer this question. No, it's not really a question. Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Number 2, okay. All right. Again, even though the big prizes aren't still in there, there are like 24 karat gold balls and things like that could come out. Oh, wow, I called that one. Oh, my goodness. Oh, can I go back and charge you 195? No, I'm kidding. So you got a gold one. It's not too shabby, right? With a Hall of Fame inscription. Former 10-time All-Star, 9-time Gold Glove winner, 7-time Silver Slugger, led the league in home runs, in runs scored 3 times. When he retired, he was the career home run record leader for his position. Hall of Fame 2005. Ryne Sandberg. That is a beautiful thing right there. Ryne Sandberg. Love it. I'll have to get a picture of that tomorrow. So I'm surprised the ball's not numbered. I mean, they don't do it on the World Series ones all the time, but... Oh, no, it is numbered. I'm sorry. 10 out of 12. 10 out of 12. Usually it's a sticker here and a sticker there, but... 10 out of 12. Oh, I bet that's a PC. There you go. How about Matt Mervis hitting a home run today? Some cool stuff there. All right, hot hands still. If anybody's looking to grab anything, autograph trash can. That's funny. So that's a sweet ball right there too. Don't forget, we have more of those TriStar World Series balls for the Braves and the Astros. We also have the new Onyx Preferred baseballs. We have historic autographs, ink threads, historic autographs, America's Pastime balls. So a lot of memorabilia stuff. Somebody just grabbed one of the new 2023 TriStar helmets. It's not just limited to baseball. Sold one of those today. I'm wondering if I'm going to hear back what that ended up being. I think we got new basketballs coming in too. We have a few from the past 2 years, and I think the 23s just came out, so I got to get those in here. So last call. Again, if you were in the first Bowman experiment break, try to get back to me if you're going to continue on or if you're going to not continue on. Should be a couple days before I get the boxes in for it. So. All right, so that's it. So I got to look at some cards in the morning at somebody's house. We got some vintage cards that we're going to be looking at. So I need to be in bed. Get to bed at 1. Wake up in a few hours. Hit the shower and look at some cool stuff from I believe the 50s and the 60s. Saw some cards actually from the 30s in that lot too. So yeah. So anybody got anything for me before I head out? Otherwise, we'll definitely have some videos running tomorrow, and we'll rip you a new one soon. So we're gonna update things for tomorrow. Some breaks. We're gonna talk about some breaks that are still up there. All right. And I'm probably gonna get rid of the historic autographs random division break. I'm gonna give it one more push tomorrow. We'll see if we can halfway fill it. We'll take it from there and see what happens. So yeah, that's what we got here. So have a good night, and we'll rip you a new one soon. Take care.